Ladies and gentlemen, finally I found one. A video of someone going through. The operator, Zane, the Irish Deus Ex man himself. Finally I found a video of it. And again, I just want to get excited with you guys about Borderlands. And also go over the skills and what I think they may be trying to do or why they may do it a certain way. I don't know, let's jump into it. Zane. So there's actually a lot of things to go over before we actually get into Zane. First of all, he's one of the only people that can actually have 2 action skills, or as far as we know, one of the people that can have 2 action skills, which is awesome, but one of your action skills are going to replace your grenade. Now you might be like, oh, this sucks, what am I gonna do? Shitty, I always like grenades in Borderlands. Well, there's actually skills that give your person the ability to use your grenade. And there's some actually crazy ones that give you like the ability of like, I don't know, when you summon your drone, it'll gain a bunch of buffs if you have 3 grenades, and it'll use up all those grenades but buff the hell out of your drone, that kind of thing. But right now we're gonna go over the Sentinel tree, which by far is the tree I'm going down. Whenever I play this person, immediately, first playthrough, this skill tree sounds amazing. So things to note, your Sentinel has a machine gun. It also can target any enemy similar to Wilhelm to get additional damage and all that. Also, I will leave a link in the description to this video that I'm watching if you want to watch that one. Because yes, we'll not be able to make this video without that one. Because again, I'm just wanting screenshots of the skills so we can talk about. And again, I don't want the video to be an eon because I talk a lot. I'll probably skip ones that are something that I don't really find too crazy, but probably would be cool. Something like movement speed. If it's like movement speed tied to damage, then maybe it'd be worth it. But yeah, trying to quantify things, got it. But yes, kill skill, killing an enemy increases your movement speed by a lot, actually, by 12% for 8 seconds. Can be stacked 5 times. That's the max amount actually, because he has 5 out of 5 invested in the perk. But anyways, Zane gains weapon swap speed. No one really cares, at least not me. The next shot though does deal bonus cryo damage. So I'm wondering if that does not apply cryo to your weapon, right? Just increases the damage of a base cryo weapon. I think this one's really cool. Zane's base gun damage is increased while you're moving. The quicker you're moving, the greater the bonus. So apparently when you're 30, so does that mean you can move and kill? Or like run and shoot? I don't think so. So I mean, you jump and shoot? I don't know. I mean, it is a bunny. So maybe that's what they're getting at. Run, sprint, then shoot as you're dropping, and you'll get a massive damage buff. Increased reload speed, whatever. Kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane reload speed gets increased for a few seconds. So I guess it just base upgrades your stuff, but it has a duration of 8. That one's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, after a kill, you get some reload speed, but on a passive, you get increased reload speed. Kind of cool. But finally, drone delivery. Sentinel will occasionally drop a free grenade based on your current grenade mod. So now I said you'll basically, if you're using both action skills, which I think you should, you won't be able to access your grenades, but instead your people will, randomly. So the cooldown for this is 15 seconds, and I do believe you can lower that, because yeah. But anyways, yeah, your drone will just drop a grenade. Now, I don't know if that is, like, he literally just drops it onto himself. In that case, it will limit grenades being useful, like only transfusions would be good. Or if he's just going to hurl it at them, which makes me think they probably will hurl it somewhere in their direction. But yes, I'm just gonna create idiocy with your drone, depending on the grenade you have. Also, does that grenade still hurt me? Because what if he throws a grenade and it's like a MIRV or whatever, or what is that other grenade? Basically, like, shoots a bunch of grenades in the area that damage you, and you're like, fuck, I just downed myself. So maybe there'll be a survival challenge where you have to equip that and use a goddamn drone. This is pretty nutty, although it's not that much, but it's a kill skill that lasts for 8 seconds. But whenever we get a kill, we gain health steal with anything that comes after that for 8 seconds. And that's crazy considering one of his lower perks increased the duration of all kill skills. So that's crazy. This is also crazy. Activating an action skill, not 1, not 2, but one of the 2 that you have, gives you all of your kill skills, which Zane has a lot of. Like a lot of. So that's insane. Yes, and the good old fire rate increase for the soldier, which is when you get a kill skill, you get massive fire rate for 8 seconds, which can get increased, which is crazy. Anyway, another kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane's next 5 shots all have a chance to fire an additional projectile. Now this will stack because it's 5 out of 5, assumingly to 50% chance, but that's 5 bullets that have a chance to be affected. And I imagine there's going to be a class mod that bumps this to like 8. So you're 80% chance for one of those to fire again, which is crazy with certain weapons. It's kind of a skill that plays to like certain weapons, but anyways, kind of neat. Yeah. And of course, another kill skill. Jesus. Killing an enemy increases Zane's action skill duration. This is the part I don't like. This skill has diminishing returns. So what this means is the more you use this, the more you get kills, it lowers the effectiveness of the duration that you're attaining. Now, the reason why I don't like this is because oftentimes in practice, what this is going to look like is you're going to throw your drone up, you're going to immediately start shooting. Now, your drone, unless it's utterly trash, which I hope it's not, I hope it can deal damage, it will help you blitz down enemies really quickly, one after the other after the other. And a lot of the advantage will go away, basically. Will start to leave. After you get another kill and another kill, they're just gonna get wasted, because unless the cooldown bar physically gets bigger, you're just gonna be burning excessive things. So what are you supposed to do, is my question. Are you supposed to throw your drone up, wait until the action skill gets to about quarter way, and then finally start jumping in, or just come to the deduction of, oh, I'm only getting the littlest amount of regeneration on my drone or my action skill? I guess that is something to consider. It's an action skill thing, so it affects everything, not just your drone. And it's also a kill skill, so this is always being affected. Now, yeah, this is duration, not even like cooldown. So maybe it's like a cooldown thing. If you get a kill, you can get your cooldown back at least. That'd be cool, kind of passive to keep it negative and positive, I guess. Anyways, that one seems weird to me. That one seems like I'm not sure how in practice that'll be. But you know. And lastly, the final perk, the apex, is Death Follows Close. All of Zane's kill skills gain an increased effect and duration. So that means all the things that give you increased fire rate are going to get that much nutty, because there's a 40% bonus, as well as you get an extra 4 seconds on damn near everything, which is crazy. So everything that we just covered kill skill wise is going to get massively bumped. So your fire rate's going to get crazy, which again, I don't know how I feel that that's at the bottom. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also shitty to invest in this skill tree to, like, at the very end, you finally become strong, like really strong. I don't know, that one's a bit weird. You're going to need like a doll weapon just to knock someone down real quick to get all your kill skills and shoot people. Although we do have the action skill one, so as long as you're activating your action skill, you should be fine. I don't know. Moving on. Passives in this skill tree, which are awesome. A lot of them are winter and cryo. This character is very much a cryo kind of character, which is awesome. Love cryo and explosions, but still. So again, you can only have, I think, 2 of these equipped at a given time, which is interesting. But anyways, this one equips your sentinel, your drone, with cryo bullets, which is wicked. This one is equally as wicked, and I don't know which one I'd choose. Maybe both. Actually, probably not both. There's one that seems really cool. Anyways, your sentinel will occasionally shoot a beam of radiation, which weakens enemies but buffs you. When an enemy is weakened, you increase your movement speed and fire rate, which is awesome, only by a little bit it seems. And weakened enemies have a decrease in movement speed and attack speed. Is that what it means, attack speed? What about fire? Is that fire rate? Is that what you mean? Probably fire rate. Anyways, that's kind of cool. Again, it depends on how it works. If the beam attack completely overrides his machine gun, and then he's basically not shooting when he could be, you know, potentially freezing people, so maybe that wouldn't synchronize really well with one another. Then of course, in every drone pet class ever, or mechanical pet class, we get rockets, so it fires rockets eventually, which is kind of cool. And again, all these damage numbers, whenever it gives damage numbers, are scalable, so depending on if you're level 1 to 30, it will change. This one's kind of cool. You're instead of a cryo beam, it's a shock beam, but this time it siphons shield or whatever from an enemy to Zane. Yeah, but that's it. It says draining their shields and replenishing yours. What if they don't have a shield? What if they just have health? Am I just not getting any shield? That seems a very niche ability. Probably wouldn't go for that one, unless it does mean it'll just regenerate your shield on a passive through any enemy. Like it's leeching life force off of them and converting it into shield. I don't know. This one seems pretty cool. So holding down whichever action skill you wish to bind it to, a sentinel fires a missile barrage at an area. Here's the thing. And if an enemy is killed, almighty the skill, duration is reset. But then it says this can only be used once per action skill. So why would you mention that then? Oh, I guess that's if, that makes sense. Ah, my eye. I think it means if you fail to reset this ability by getting a kill with it, it's gone. Like, you won't be able to use it for another one of those. So the idea is you're probably gonna want to weaken an enemy and make sure that you memorize the amount of damage that this is, and then you'll bleed that over to the next thing, I think. But anyways, this seems pretty rad. Honestly, this seems pretty intense. But yeah, that one and the cryo one would probably be what I would choose. And next Next, decoy clone, a skill that everyone was like, okay, so that's it. Like a clone of yours, like zero. Well, okay, but no, this is like that on steroids, of course. So again, we can summon a clone, and the cool thing here is we can swap places. And enemies get rattled kind of when you swap places, so they'll think you're there and shoot at you and whatnot. Also, it's just passive damage, so it's not like Zero's pointless clone that just kind of flails around for a number of seconds and then just goes away. This one will actually shoot, which is wicked, for 18 seconds, and the cooldown is 26. That's actually really cool. You're only having a little bit of downtime in that, especially if you have like cooldown stuff. It's gonna be crazy. Anyways, when your action skill's up, you gain gun damage. Makes sense. This one's weird. Your clone gets a magazine size bump, which is cool. That lifts the question of, does he reload? Because if he doesn't reload, then oh, damn. Gain increased action skill duration, kinda nice. Another kill skill, this also benefits from the skill tree we just seen. When you get a kill, your digi-clone and yourself, I believe, get increased gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds, for 8 seconds to be exact. What madness! That's really cool. That one seems awesome. Again, this is activated without even needing a kill because that other skill tree. If we just activate our skill tree, we're getting health regeneration off the bat for our drone or whatever. Or vice versa, if we have our decoy out, he's about to die, we use our drone, he gets massive regeneration of health. Awesome. And then these, more grenade things, which is wicked. The Digiclone now throws grenades, which of course has the current grenade mod that you have equipped when it first activates. So this basically takes away the negative of not having a grenade, because as soon as you activate your action skill, your clone's gonna throw one. Now that's already pretty goddamn great itself. Also, when he dies, he'll drop a grenade. 2 grenades at a base level. Awesome. But, of course, there's a fucking kill skill here. This character is going to be so much of, like, bleeding into other things. Like, activating this skill at the right time so that it gets the kill skill effect of that skill. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting all in my head. When you get a kill, when your Digiclone is active at least, it will throw or have a chance to throw a grenade at an enemy. And at the 30% chance, and that's the max chance it could be. But that's wild. So every time you get a kill, you have a chance of getting another grenade kill to go out. So again, if you're fighting a bunch of enemies, this character seems like he has a lot of sustain. As long as you're able to kill something, you're gonna be fine. As of him with bosses, that's where I wonder. That's where I think you may really have to fall back on using your action skills in tandem so that you gain the kill skills, because that's what one of the passives are. And then this is something that I think everybody wanted in Borderlands, which is a regeneration grenade ability. So this, if you, in a weird way, maybe there's a build out there that would make this work, but if you don't want to equip an action skill to your grenade and you just want to have the one action skill and that's it, you can regenerate grenades via this, or you can have both action skills up, but also you'll need grenades because when they're not just throwing grenades because fuck it, they need you to have them. I think they leech grenades off of you, if I'm not mistaken. If that's not the case, then what the fuck? When you swap to your clone, you restart to immediately regenerate your shield, which that one's weird to me. When you swap between your clone, that must take a duration bump off of your clone, right? Because there's some skills that you'd have to do that, or else it'd be just OP. Why wouldn't you just keep teleporting? Or is there a duration on the timer in which you can do that? I don't know. Another kill skill, goddamn. After killing an enemy, Zane gains grenade. Oh wait, no. What was that other one? Was that not the other one? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So that was the one I was thinking about because I already read the skill tree. My god, the first shot fired from Zane's gun has a chance to also fire a grenade. Yeah, this one's stupid. This one's ridiculous. I don't even know. I don't even know how I feel about this. This is how he's gonna melt bosses. If you have a fastball and you're just like laser beaming someone with an automatic chain gun where that chance is getting procced every second, what? Stupid. Anyways, this is the one I was talking about you being able to regenerate grenades if you have a kill skill. Again, just activating your abilities activates your kill skill if you have the other class, which I think everyone's gonna want a drone, so why not? When you're in fight for your life, but you also have your clone out, you can change places and he'll die in your stead, you sick fuck. When you activate your action skill, you move in space. Zane's clone has the ability to ignore bullets, basically saying no to damage. The chance is increased for a few seconds after you activate an action skill. So if you have 2, bang. And then of course, this. Whenever Zane summons his Digiclone, it consumes up to 3 grenades. This was the one I was talking about, not the drone, my bad. Whenever you activate your Digiclone, it summons 3 grenades, or takes 3 grenades. For every grenade consumed, the Digiclone gains increased health and increased fire rate and increased reload speed by a lot. Wow. And I don't think that's the max amount either. So I think it's crazy. Like that's wicked, especially it puts a weird emphasis on grenade consumption and like regenerating grenades and having both things play off of grenades. You're gonna think, oh, I never use grenades, or I'm having to like throw away a grenade to use these action skills. Nah, man, if anything, you're gonna be throwing grenades like crazy, I think, which is cool. And then we got some sort of trash ability with electricity. It's like, hey, you deal bonus damage to enemies that aren't looking at you unless the percentage is amazing. I think this is a worthless skill. Anyways, and lastly, ladies and gentlemen, double barreled. The one that has the most questions for me. The clone is equipped with a copy of Zane's current weapon. So I don't know, I guess he defaults to having a pistol always. I don't know. Anyways, this seems like necessary if you want the clone to be anything but trash. Swapping places with your clone causes you to increase gun damage. Yeah, you and your clone to increase your gun damage, which is awesome. Now the question is, so is the meta for this character to then switch to a bazooka, jump into or summon your clone, switch to whatever weapon you want, but now will your clone always mimic whatever weapon you have, or will he mimic whatever it summons? Because it says the clone is equipped with the copy of Zane's current weapon when active. So like when active meaning like when you activate it, or when he's up and about, just always. Because if that's the case, why wouldn't you just summon your clone, equip a bazooka, and then just run around for like a little bit and mark targets for your drone while this thing is just barraging enemies? And if you consume 3 grenades, he's gonna be able to reload really quickly. I don't know, our rocket launcher is not that good? Well, then equip whatever weapon is. If you have a sniper, I imagine your clone is gonna have a pretty good accuracy. So that's weird to me. That one seems like question. Maybe it's shit because your clone leeches ammunition off you. If that's the case, and oh no, of course that's trash. But it also makes this skill kind of trash if that's the case. But yeah, I don't know. That one's a weird one. That one's a weird skill. But anyways, what are the passives? Because these ones are pretty nutty as well. The passives. When you switch to your clone, you create a cryonova. I don't like it. When the clone takes damage, Zane's shield recharges with a portion of that damage. Kind of cool, unless there's an enemy that hits like a truck. Then it kind of doesn't get used. Finally, hold down the buttons. This one's kind of wordy. Basically, when you know how you can cancel your action skill ahead of time by holding down the button? Well, this will make it, based on the amount of duration you have, explode in a fire nova for a good amount of damage. And of course, that damage number will change. This one's kind of weird. It makes it so the AI is more drawn to shooting your clone, which I don't know how good that is. Is that like for sure? Like enemies will just be so stupid and lock onto your enemy. Although, what if you don't have enough health? Like, it depends on how much health your clone has for that to be kind of warranted. Yeah. If Zane, this one seems shitty as just a human trait, but if Zane takes damage, health damage, while the clone is active, a portion of that damage is shared to his clone, a 7% chance, or 70% of that damage. So you're still getting a little bit of damage, but that's not all of it. I don't know how I feel about this. Again, it depends on how much health the character has, or your clone has. Kind of makes you a tank for a brief moment, which I don't think you need to be with the regeneration of health with this character, because he seems like everything plays off health regeneration if you're able to, kill an enemy, which is kind of the cherry on top kind of thing. Anyways, barrier. We're going to burn through this one because I actually don't really like this one. It's like a tank build. So yeah, basically you throw down a barrier on the ground. Your allies can shoot through it, so it's kind of a co-op kind of thing. Kinda, you can pick it up yourself and run with it, but it lowers the effects and the buffs that it gives you because you're able to run around with it. Anyways, you can shoot through it for gun damage. Good. Increased action skill cooldown rate. That's not that bad. That actually might be worth it just to get like a few points and then run away. Increased shield capacity, increased shield recharge rate and delay. This is kind of cool. Critical hits slow down enemies now. Sweet. Whenever Zane gets damaged, he gains a damage resistance against that type of damage. Based on your shield, you will gain an insane amount of health regeneration. The lower the shield, the more health regeneration. The higher the shield, the like nothing worth of health regeneration. You get it. When Zane's shields are active, he gains gun damage and accuracy. The higher the shield, the more percentage you are about being okay, which makes sense considering this thing is like a little barrier, so it makes sense that you're gonna want to reward being absolutely safe. Kill skill. When you kill an enemy, they create a cryonova, damaging all nearby enemies for a short time. It has a 3 seconds cooldown. I think that's because they don't want it to like echo, like splash and splash some more, like kill, kind of like a blood explosion kind of thing. More resistance to elements as well as kill skill. All elemental damage Zane takes is converted to non-elemental damage. Okay. I don't understand, but okay. Whenever Zane damages a frozen enemy, this is kind of cool. He has a chance of regenerating health. Forgot about that one. That one's good, but it's all the way at the bottom, you know? Like, I don't know. When Zane's shields are full, he regenerates health. I thought we already talked about that one. I don't know. If Zane's health... All right, this is what it is. When Zane freezes an enemy, his shield will instantly recharge. Pretty rad. So no delay, it seems. If Zane's shields are already full, he'll generate health for a few seconds. Also pretty rad. If Zane's health is already full, his action skill cooldown and duration are immediately reset. Okay. I didn't know that one. That's kind of stupid. But then again, you're gonna have to have perfect health, and yeah, that one's probably never gonna come into play, so that's why it's so good. Okay, well, anyways, accuracy and handling when your shield is full and it stacks. I don't care. And last but not least, the final skill. Zane's barrier gains an effect of his current equipped shield. Additionally, his allies gain this benefit. So, if they're near you though, what is the radius on that to be worth it? I don't know. But nothing. I got nothing for you guys. I don't know. So yeah, so if you have like a Nova shield and everyone's in your radius and they're gonna gain that benefit of that shield. Now, what if you have an amp shield and people are gaining that benefit? Does that mean, how would that work? Are like you the thing? So what if you have an amp shield and your friends also have does it like appear over top of your shield so that if you get damage it still counts and takes away that effect? Or as long as I'm healthy with my shield, they're getting amp damage shield? I guess it would be OP if there was a B in the game, which probably there won't be, because it seems like they're trying to go through everything. But anyways, goddamned passives. Zane and allies, when in barricade, get movement speed, fire rate, and all the things after they move through it, right? Yeah, I'm burnt out, guys. We've read a lot. Zane and his allies gain increased recharge rate, or health regeneration, sorry, as well as reload speed, as well as improve recharge delay while in the barrier. Selfish. Just selfish. I guess you could be greedy and just pick up the barrier and just do gaining from it. Your allies, not really. But still, more gun damage when you're in the barrier. Sweet. Or when it breaks, right? Yeah, when it breaks, you get gun damage too. Neato. Zane's barrier comes a dome, not just a front-facing thing. On all sides, but the cooldown is increased by 20%. But there was one ability there that, like, when you got a kill or something, it like lessened the cooldown, so maybe that could be working in tandem. I don't know. Enemies that touch the barrier take shock damage and are staggered. Sorry, neat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Zane. Honestly, I don't care about this skill tree at all. This one seems, I mean, it's one of those skill trees that I'm like, oh, that's gonna be really, really good, but not fun at all. So I feel like I'm gonna be like, nope. And I'm gonna go down the decoy ability and the drone ability and gain all those action skills and gain, well, yeah, because this one's really like health based. It truly is like guns, bump, shield bump, or more guns bump with the clone. And again, the clone also has to do with healing, or like damage resistance and whatnot. I don't know. What I do know is I'm super, super hyped, and I just can't wait. Even with this character, who is my least hyped one, he seems strong as shit. I cannot wait to see what the Beastmaster looks like. And they seem like they're holding back those characters for probably E3, which I hope dearly that we get to see them there. Because yeah, I don't even know how to wrap my head around the Beastmaster class and how he'll work in tandem. Like again, I mentioned how I hope, like in the trailer we've seen how he has like so many summons, as well as he has his skag, which looks like he can amp his skag up. And it'd be really cool if his skag was passively always there, so he wasn't just an action skill thing. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, check out the video in the description. This is where I got this. Jolt's fantastic YouTuber, does a lot of Borderlands stuff. I think you'll love him. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Subscribe button above me. See videos from my right. Thank you so much, and goodbye.